Good afternoon, students. So my screen is visible. The screen is visible and my voice is audible to everyone. Please write a message in chat box. Visible. Now check. Now it is visible. Okay. Yesterday I explained these 4 steps. Okay. First one, identify project objectives and identify project infrastructure and analyze project characteristics and identify products and activities. So today discussion, today I'm going to explain 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps regarding project planning. Okay. So see here. So here see here for activity. Only 63 students are joined. Okay. I'm waiting. Just wait for 2 more minutes. So see step number 5, estimate effort for each activity. So in this, first of all, first point is carry out bottom up estimates. Okay. So see the previous diagram here. I cannot include the checkpoint in between design system and design A because we cannot insert checkbox in between design and design module A because till now we cannot complete any activity. Design system includes design A, design B, design C. So we cannot complete any activity. That's why we cannot insert the checkpoint here. So here after completion design module A, then go to the code of module A. Here we insert the checkpoint. So the use of checkpoint is one activity to shift for other activity. Okay, understand? So here carry out bottom up estimates. What is carry out bottom up estimates? So here in this point, distinguish carefully between effort and elapsed time. So, what are the estimates means? Here, carry out bottom estimates include staff, time, effort. Effort is nothing but staff multiplied with time. Staff into time, we call it as a effort. And other resources also needed. So we have to carry out bottom up estimates for this. Either staff, efficient staff is included or not. At the time the project is continuous, the project work is going on in time only, not for delay or before that time we have to check. Okay, so we have to check how much effort for increase or decrease. The time or cost we have to calculate the effort. So we have to check, carry out bottom up estimates for staff, time, and staff multiplication time, nothing but effort. Okay, we also check for other resources needed. If any requirement is needed, we have to estimate that type of resources in estimate effort for activity. Okay, so here how much time you spend and how much effort you spended for that time. So all these are comes under carry out bottom up estimates. Okay, next go for the topic revise plan to create controllable activities. The revise plan to create controllable activities. Here break up very long activities into a series of small ones. If there is a long problem or anything, you have to break that activity into smaller ones. Then bundle up very short activities. So after completing smaller ones, then we have to bundle up very short activities and create a checklist for that short activities. So for splitting them, then we have to create a checklist. So splitting one completed, splitting two completed. We have to create a checklist for that short activities. Okay, so here we have to revise your plan once again. Why means how much effort you spended for that time. Okay, and think and also so you think about how increase your effort to decrease that time. How to decrease the time by increasing the effort. So more effort, the time will decrease. Also we have to revise plan for which resources we have to increase, and also by increasing working hours or bandwidth or increasing our PC. So we are all, by revising our plan, we have to consider all these types of activities. First one, which resources we have to increase, or by working or by increasing working hours. Okay, by increasing working hours, then by increasing the bandwidth of our internet, or by increasing our PCs. So by increasing this means nothing but we have to done the project as earlier before that end time. We can, by using resources or anything, we have to complete our project as early as possible as earlier. Okay, for that person we have to revise our plan once again. That is estimate efforts for each activity. That is step number 5. So here, for example, see here, for long activities means for long activities, nothing but say 12 weeks, make a project difficult to control. So we have to check after 6 weeks are we 50% complete or not. So if not completed, can be hard to tell. So better to break down into smaller subtasks, because we have to complete the project in only 12 weeks. After 6 weeks, we have to maximum 50% of project completed. So our process is in project going on correct way. Otherwise, better to break down into smaller subtasks. If after 6 weeks, if you not receive, if you not completed 50%, so we have to break down into smaller subtask. So some very short concerned activities might be better bundled together with a simple checklist. I already told you one way the bundle of very short, short activity, how to create a checklist for that. For example, rough time for activities to match of the reporting period, how to progress the every 2 weeks. Now, conduct a meeting for every 2 weeks. Try to identify activities which take 2 weeks. Okay. Identify if the activity take more than 2 weeks, we have to split or divide that activity into smaller one. For that purpose, we have to progress our project. Project we have to conduct meetings every 2 weeks. Then we have to identify the activities which take 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. Okay. This is all about estimation effort for each activity. Okay. Does everybody understand about estimation effort for each activity? Next, go to the topic. Step 6, identify activity risk. So here, first one, identify and quantify activity based risk. So here, damaged, if risk occurs, for example, there is a damage if risk occurs, measure in time, lost or money. So if there is any damage occur or risk occur, measure the how much time we spend for that and how much money we lost for that risk. So that is identify and quality activity based risk. Okay. Then so here in 6.1, look at the assumptions in the plan, such as time required or availability of staff or resources. So for one side, we have to check, we have to look at our assumptions in the plan, such as one of the time required, how much time we required for that project, and all the staff are available or resources are available for that project. So we have to identify that. Then these generate uncertainty. So these type of things generate uncertainty. So we have to, simple way to handle is create a most likely estimation for time or effort. Another, create a second estimation with a, first estimation is for time and effort, second estimation with a safety margin such that the target has a 95% chance of being met. So first of all, we have to create time estimation for time or effort. Second, you have to estimate with a safety margin. We have to target has a 95% of chance of being met. So look at the chance, look at the damage that could be caused by a risk. First of all, you have to look at the damage that could be caused by a risk. So pick out the most important node. So what the most, pick up the most important ones means the most damage risk we have to pick. We have to check that damage and we have to modify or we have to solve that damage risk or damage problem. Okay, that is identify and quality attitude in based risk. Next one, second one, plan risk reduction and contingency measures where appropriate. So here, first of all, you have to risk reduction. So risk reduction means if the risk occur, activity to stop risk occurring. Okay. So how we stop the risk before occurring? So here we have to activity to stop risk occurring. Then contingency means if the risk goes on, action if risk does occurs, then we have to risk continuously goes on, we have to stop that activity and go for other activity. Okay, so see here, first of all, reduce where possible. Otherwise, specify a contingency plan. For example, contingency plan for nothing but, for example, take a contract temporary developer if the team member becomes unavailable through illness. If the team member is not available for solving risk, then take a contract temporary developers to solve that type of risk. We call it as a contingency. So contingency plan means if the project leader or member or has some or become unavailable through illness, we have to contract temporary developer to solve that type of risk. That is nothing but contingency plan. Or another contingency means we have to neglect that activity. Okay, once we have to contract for other person or we have to neglect that activity. Next one, 6.3. Adjust overall plans and estimates to take account of risk. So, for example, add new activities which reduce risk associated with other activities. Okay, first here add new activities which reduce risk associated with other activities. I already told if the risk continues, we have removed that and add new activities for that. Example, giving training to the existing employees or information gathering. We have to take by contract other companies about that type of risk and gather the information to solve that risk. So all these type of activities comes under adjust overall plans and estimation. Okay, that is 6.3. In 6.3, including adding new activities such as training and practice if needed. I already told you if needed we have to train the existing faculty. Training and placing. If needed, we have to train the existing faculty. So that is nothing but just overall plans and estimates to take account of the risk. Next one. Step number 7. Allocate resources. So here step number 7, allocate resources. So first step, identify and allocate resources. So see here, allocate resources is nothing but calculate the number of pieces. That is not the case. Okay, here allocate resources means cost, time, employee or staff, management, all these are included. For example, here type of staff needed for activity and available staff for project. Also identify allocate resources include what type of staff is needed for activity and who is available when required. So for example, we identify for we have some problem with coding. So who is available when on coding purpose, who is available? So what type of staff is needed? So coding expert needed for coding available. Okay. So this is nothing but identify and allocate resources. Okay, what type of staff is needed for activity? Nothing but coding expert and who is available when required. The coding expert is available for when required. Next, second one, revise plans. 7.2, revise plans and estimates to take into account resource constraints. So here, example, staff not being available until a later date. So if the staff is not being available until a later date, that is one of the, we have to revise the plan. If not, or estimate if the staff is not available, then also have to check. We have to check non-project activities. If we have non-project activities, what would we do? Okay, there is conflict established order of priority. Okay, where there is a conflict established an order of priority, that is staff is not being available. Okay, also note upon project duration. What will effects occur when project duration? Also, Gantt character can help resolve conflict and maximize productivity. Okay, all this comes under revise plans and estimate. Okay, everybody understand? Next, step 8. So, anybody has any doubt? Does anybody have any doubt regarding step 5, step 6, and step 7? Please write a message in chat box. So I am going to explain step number 8. Okay. Step number 8, review or publicize plan. See here, step number 8, review or publicize plan. In this, so in this review or means review in this first point, review quality aspects of the project plan. So here sometimes undertaking one activity can reveal that an earlier activity was not properly completed. Sometimes undertaking one activity can reveal that an earlier activity was not properly completed. We'll have to rework for that and will require effort and resources for to earlier activity, and also can lead to loss of control of project. So review quality aspects of the each project, and also need to be sure that a completed task is truly completed. Also need quality criteria for each task, and also tick off when task is complete. Okay, understand? So we have to review quality aspects of the project plan. Will have to be reworked or will require effort and resources or can lead to loss of control of the project. All we have to review. Then go for 8.2, document plans and obtain agreement. So document a plan and obtain agreement. See here, make sure everyone understands and agrees. Make sure everyone understands and agrees. Next one, specify this task in communication plan if needed be. Specify this task in a communications plan if needed. Okay. So if there is any task is needed, we have to communicate with the project manager and other stakeholders if needed. Okay, this is step 8. Next, go for step 9 and step 10. Step 9 is execute plan, and step 10 is lower level of planning. So once the project is underway, a plan will need to be drawn up in greater detail for each. Okay, then activity as it becomes due, detailed and lower level of planning of the latter stages will need it to be delayed because more information will be available near the start of the stage. There's a lot of information is available for the start of the stage. So project planning is an iterative process. As the time approaches for the particular activities to be carried out, they should be replanned in more detail. So during the project drawn up plans for activity in greater detail as they become due. Then detail has to wait as more information becomes available. So as the information is available, you have to wait for that. Then especially if you are using an iterative development approach. For iterative development approach, we have to wait for the other information because it iteratively changes the project documentation and project time. Depending upon the next output is a input to the next output. The output is next input. So we have to iteratively wait for that. Then maintain a provisional plans for more important lateral task. We have to maintain a plan for a more important lateral task. We have to maintain a professional plan. And last, planning in great detail too soon could be a wastage of time. If you plan greater in detail, that provides that need, don't waste our time. So we have to planning in detail. Okay. If you planning is detail, that soon could be a waste of a time. These are the overall steps. Stepwise planning for project planning. So you all remember this flow chart, and also identify these 10 steps, and each steps include some different steps. So identify project actually include some other steps. You have to remember this flow chart and also remember each step, and you have to explain each step with an example in exam point of view. Okay, so everybody understand? Does everybody understand project planning, stepwise planning? Anybody has any doubt? So please write a message in chat box. Otherwise, I'll go to the next topic. So my screen is visible. So next, go to the topic project scope. So project scope. So what is project scope? So project scope is the work performed to deliver a product or service or result. So is a work performed to deliver a product or service or result with the specified features and functions. So here project scope describes what work should be performed to meet all those requirements. So project scope describes what work should be performed to meet all those requirements. So what is requirements? So requirements is condition or capability that is required to be present in a product or service or result to satisfy a contract or other formally imposed specifications. So we have to provide requirement for contract or other formally imposed specifications. So this is nothing but the project scope describes what work should be performed to meet all those requirements. Then project scope statement is a narrative description of a product and a project scope. So, uh, so narrative description of a product and project scope. So it is used as a written configuration of what your project is going to produce and how what the key is useful project scope statement. That is nothing but project scope statement. Okay. Understand? So what your project is going to produce and how what the key is useful for project scope statement. Then a process of developing a detailed description of the project and product. So here product scope defines the concept and range of the proposed solutions and limitations identified certain capabilities that the product will not include. Here, it also clarifying the scope and limitations helps to establish realistic stakeholders' expectations. So, proposed requirements that are out of scope must be rejected. So, what is scope means? We are, for example, I draw a circle. So, inside the circle is my scope. Outside the circle is not in my scope. Okay. So here I draw a circle. Okay. Inside that circle is our scope. Outside that circle is not our scope. We must be rejected outside the circle. So keep a record of these requirements and why they were rejected, and as they have a way of reappearing. So once outside the circle is we are scope must be rejected. So for that keep a record of those requirements and why they were rejected. Why those are rejected? Because they are outside of our circle, and as they have a way of reappearing. After some point of view, is they are reappearing, we have to check for that. Okay, that is all about project scope. So here project scope is divided into some steps. First one, identify objectives and project measures. This is same as step 1. Step 1 is nothing but identify project scope and objectives. Same steps are involved in also. So once again I repeat this. Identify objectives and project measures. So identify project objectives and measures. See here, how do we know? And when we have identify objectives and measures, how we identify the objectives and measures? When we have a clear objectives with us, then only the project is success. Okay, whenever we have the clear objectives with us, then only the project is success. So how do we know if we have a succeeded? When we have clear objectives with us, then only the project is success. Then one minute. Okay, identify objects and project managers. Then you have to go for establishing project authority. So here we have to see establishing project authority. So for project success, establish a project authority. Okay. Understand? So here they identify objectives and partial measurement, taking correct decision for the effectiveness of the project. So for example, here project have the following objectives, details of annual maintenance constraints, and also details of maintenance work covered, and also analysis of cost to be carried out, and also recording of job request and notifications. So we have to identify objectives and project matters. First one, details of annual maintenance constraints. Next one, details of maintenance work covered. Second, analysis of cost to be carried out, how much cost we have to carry out, and also recording of job request and notifications. So all these comes under identify objects and project measures. Next go to establish project authority. So project authority overall needs to be established, and their unity is also be concerned, and their unity is also be and established, and also unity is also be concerned. So that is about established project authority. Next one, stakeholder analysis. So here identify stakeholders, those who are in our project. So identify stakeholders, those who are in our project. So these stakeholders will be affected or involved in the project. Okay. So identify all the stakeholders, that is whoever are interested in the project, are people inside the project and inside the organization, are people outside the project but with the organization, are people outside both the project and organization, are stakeholders different ideas and key role of project manager. So here stakeholders gives different ideas, and key role of project manager is to take the correct and suitable advices to ensure the success of the project. So in previous classes I already told you stakeholders different types, internal stakeholders or external stakeholder, but within same organization, or both external to the organization project. Some of stakeholders are worked in our project only, but some other stakeholders are visit our site only, and some other stakeholders are outside our country. So here all these maintained by the project manager. Product manager is to take the correct and suitable advices from the stakeholders, because stakeholders are different types and different categories are there. So everyone gives some suggestions about the project. So project manager is to take the correct and suitable advice to ensure the success of the project. Now here the main key role played by the project manager. He has to take all the responsibilities about the stakeholders. Okay. So the point is clear to everyone. So next one, modify objectives in the light of stakeholder analysis. So I already told you some requirements are taken from customer and other requirements are known by the stakeholders. Those are directly used in our project. Okay. So it might be necessary to modify the objectives. This may be adding new features to the system which may be potentially dangerous as the increase in the size of the system affects the revenue of the company. Okay. So once again I repeat, it might be necessary to modify the objectives. So once modify occur, this may be adding new features to the system which may be potentially dangerous as the increase the size of the system affects the revenue of the company. So the project should be done in a controlled manner and consider the suitable decisions. Okay, consider the suitable decisions. So understand. Next one, establish methods of. So here modify objective means I already told you stakeholders, different types. Some stakeholders are customers. We go with him and directly communicate with him. Okay, we go to them and directly communicate with them. What are the objectives you want to add in that project? Or some stakeholders are continuously visiting our website. So here, when they come to our company, we will communicate with him. What are your objectives? What we have to modify? The project manager communicate with that stakeholder. Some stakeholders are stay out of our country, so we communicate with them by online through Gmail or Zoom or Google Meet, some other online apps. We will communicate with them. And also, is there any modify objectives? The project manager has the take responsibilities to modify those objectives. Okay. Then last one, establish methods of communication. Communication with all parties. So in previous example, I told payroll. Our college want to develop a project with their own regarding payroll. Okay. So for this purpose, we have to communicate with financial department in our college and also personal office. Why we communicate with the financial department means it has all the information about employee basic salary. That's why we communicate with the financial department. Why we communicate with personal office means it provides how much working hours transist, how much working hours you work, how much working hours worked that faculty, all that type of information available in personal office. That is nothing but establish methods of communication with all. So see here, in establishing here, group working should be improved. We have to improve the group working. Again, staff should be fairly straightforward. So those who work in our project, the staff should be fairly straightforward. Next point, select best communication schemes to support the coordination needed to the project. So here we have to select the best communication schemes. How we will communicate with them for the coordinate needed to the project, how we communicated with them to support the coordination needed to the project. Okay. Next one, draw up communication plan. We have to draw a plan for the communication, either Zoom or online. or Google Meet, or how we will communicate with them. Or communicate your ask them to come to your company and explain or communicate within conference or any other thing. How we communicate. Next, use most appropriate leadership style. Use most appropriate leadership style. So all these about established methods of communicating with all parties. We have to communicate this type of group working, and also staff must be straightforwarded, and also you have to draw up a communication plan, and also coordination is needed to the project. And last one, use most appropriate leadership styles. Okay, all is recording the established methods of communicating with all parties. This is about the overall the steps about project scope. So does everybody understand about project scope? Does anybody has any doubt regarding uh, project planning or stepwise planning or project scope? So anybody has does anybody has any doubt? Please write a message in chat box. Okay, today I am ending my session. So tomorrow I will discuss about project products and deliverables. Next, project activities. These are the different activities involved in project. Okay. In product deliverable, we have to discuss about project product and project deliverable. What is project product and what is project deliverable? Next, I will go for the topic project activities. These are the activities involved. Identify and describe project products and document generic product flows. And recognize product instances, and produce ideal activity network, and modify ideal to take into account needed for station checkpoints. Here identify and describe projects. I already discussed flowcharts, project products. This is the flowchart. I explained this procedure once again, and also I will explain this flowchart regarding to the step 1, identify. So all these topics I will discuss tomorrow. So till now, anybody has any doubt regarding covered topics? Please write a message in chat box. Someone has raised hand. 519, please don't raise your hand. Write a message in chat box. What is your doubt? Roll number 19, write your doubt in chat box. Okay, nobody have any doubt. Anybody has any doubt? So roll number 38. Please remove your name after roll number. Anusha. Already I told you Varun. Sahit. Yesterday I already told you. Remove your name after your roll number. Already 90. Already I told you yes. Remove your yes. After your roll number 92, Chakradhar. Please remember your name after your roll number. Okay, today we will end the session. Tomorrow we will discuss the project production deliverables and project activities. Okay, I will end the session. Thank you.